Well, hello, and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks Newspack for Thursday, August the 25th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio. As well, join us on the Area 51 Sports Network. We did a special on the future of sports radio, what's going on with sports radio with BCIT instructor Brian Weeb. We had that episode on Tuesday. Check that out there for as well and enjoy what we talked a lot about. The idea and the concept of in-house radio, the idea of criticism of teams, and as well as future radio rights and future the sort of what the future is looking like, not only in Vancouver and Calgary but across the country as well. So check that episode out. That is available on all of the platforms that has been mentioned. Misty day yesterday with the news, so we're going to do some catch up. It was a hot day yesterday. And as the summer winds down here, we're transitioning into the fall. Want to get as much of that sun in as possible. But some of the news from yesterday include the EA Sports cover this year. The NHL 23 cover includes Trevor Zegras of the Anaheim Ducks, of course, making waves last season with many lacrosse goals. Of course, John Tortorella faced some criticism for his disagreement of Trevor Zegras' approach. And Sarah Nurse of Canada's World's Women's Team on the cover. Sarah being the first woman on that cover. Fancy cover. I think one of the better designs that the NHL 23 has, as the NHL EA Sports has done. So that game is on a release here soon for your enjoyment if you are a video game player. And so that was happen. That will be there. Okay, you can pre-order yet. It's available for pre-order according to EA Sports on their Twitter site. The other news from a couple of other news from yesterday. Of course, the signing of Phil Kessel with the the Vegas Golden Knights. He signed a 1-year, $1.5 million contract. He, of course, played with Arizona last few seasons. 52 points last year for the 34-year-old. 3 seasons with them. He is, of course, 8 games away from passing Keith Yandle for the all-time Ironman streak of 989 games. By the way, that game is scheduled to be in Toronto. It's on October the 24th, and then he'll tie it on the 24th, and then on the 25th, it will be San Jose against the Sharks. He's played 1,204 games over 16 seasons, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, 399 goals, 557 assists. Of course, those 2 cups are with the Penguins. 92 points in 2008, 17, and 18. So Kessel's 15, Coyotes, Penguins, Maple Leafs, and Bruins, who drafted him back in 2006. So Phil Kessel, similar to Paul Stastny, signing a 1-year deal. And so he's with the Vegas Golden Knights, who plan to have Laurent Brossoit and Logan Thompson as their goaltending. That's the big question in Vegas. Who's going to be in goal? Robin Leonard, of course, expected to miss the season. So that's going to be the big question with Vegas. Of course, you also have Jack Eichel coming back for his first full season in a Vegas Golden Knight jersey. So it's going to be an interesting times in Vegas there as well. Other news that went on yesterday, Hockey Canada, again in the news, and a couple of things happen. A couple of things in terms of that. There was an article out yesterday as according to CBC, Ashley Burke from the CBC writing the article that Halifax police now have the names of at least 2 members of the 2003 World Junior Hockey team that may have appeared in a video of the alleged sexual assault incident from back then. Uh, of course, Jordan Tutu, Carla Koyako, and P.A. Parento have released statements that they are not aware of or were not aware of the incident. Um, but yeah, the source says that they recognized two of the players, and both of them went on to have NHL careers. So that will be a something to keep an eye on as well. And of course, the other part is Bill Daly, and suspected to be interviewed by Elliot Friedman at 32 Thoughts. Here, they're doing their investigation on Hockey Canada as well. And so we're going to be hearing from the 2018 incident. So the NHL is looking into that. I don't know what's been going on with 2003. I don't know if anyone is addressing that specifically there. But that's also going on. And a tweet from Ian Kennedy that came out yesterday, involving Hockey Canada as well. And it involves uh, um, about, involving the officials for, and just according, I'll just read the tweet. We've had Ian Kennedy on talking about what's next for Hockey Canada, and there as well. And we just all find that tweet here. But it is involving he tweeted from the Western Ontario Super Hockey League. That is a semi-competitive, semi-pro hockey team. They're made up of ex-pros, colleges, and junior players. They're going into their second season of play. They are expanding to 9 teams. According to this tweet, their officials are being threatened by Hockey Canada, the OHA, Alliance Hockey, and the OMHA that if they work our league, they will be suspended. This is the tweet. We are trying hard to work with them and not against them. There already is an official shortage, and we should be all working together to build and grow. We had OHA and OHL officials work for us last season with no issue. We've had 2 officials get hired by the OHL based off their performance in the WHL. And they go on to say they have not, Hockey Canada, they being Hockey Canada, have not officially mandated anything in writing, but are going behind the scenes and burying and threatening officials. This is nonsense and unnecessary. That's from the director of hockey operations of the WOSHL, Bob Langdon. So that's another story that you will want to keep an eye on here as we go on during this season. Just to the Calgary Flames, they have, of course, Kansas City Monarchs moved on to the Seattle Kraken to be their affiliate from the ECHL, but the Flames have made an agreement with an ECHL team, the Rapid City Rush. They're in South Dakota. They were founded in 2007. Their current coach is Scott Birch. They play their home games out of the Monument. They won the Ray Marin's President's Cup in 2009 and 2010 season. That's their only cup win. So they will be part of the Flames affiliate now. Of course, Calgary Flames have the Calgary Wranglers, former Stockton Heat, and now the Rapid City Rush is part of their affiliates this year. And if we go back to Sarah Nurse here for a moment, with the Women's World Hockey Championships started today, as we had Canada beat Finland 3-1 to open their tournament, as Megan Mickelson scored a goal, and Marie-Philippe Poulin, surprise, scores a goal, and as well, and Marie Desbens is the winning goaltender. So that's what happens there. Canada wins that one 3-1. For the U.S., they win as well. They beat the Japan 10-0, And of course, you had good, obviously, with a game like that, someone stands out there, and that, of course, is. Of course, by the way, sorry, it's not 3-1. It was 4-1. The goals for Canada. My apologies. Poland, Nurse, Megan Mickelson, and Blair Turnbull scored. Poland was the player of the game. Turnbull got the empty net goal there. And then, and of course, and then as far as the U.S. goes, and then Finland gave them a tough matchup. As far as U.S., back to Taylor Heiss had 5 assists in that game against the Japan 10-1. That was her U.S. debut. So, and then Alex Carpenter had 2 goals. Caroline Harvey also scored as well. And of course, that is what happened there. And then we had Sweden beating Denmark, leading Denmark 4-2 as we're going on. And then Hungary, Germany, Hungary wins 4-2 tomorrow. 2 games, Japan and Switzerland, Czechoslovakia taking on Hungary as that tournament will carry on in Denmark. So that is the news for today, of course, and yesterday, catching up on both. There, of course, you can follow us all individually on Twitter. Tyler, TNOBLE, Christian Schneidz, SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhow09, Sean is Beardy Connect 03, and then I am KEVOLE. Shifts and Pucks, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. We will be doing a podcast on Sunday. I will be joined by Kent Wilson from the Calgary. He wrote a very interesting Twitter thread that is getting him a lot of attention, not only on Twitter, but he's getting interviews with post-secondary schools and other places about the hockey content writing. And I thought it would be an interesting topic for us, him and I, to have a chat about. So I invited him on for that. And then Monday, we will have our regular podcast catching up on some of the news that is going on around the National Hockey League as we get closer to Labor Day. We get closer to training camps. We get closer to the Young Stars Classic. And then eventually, of course, we get closer to the NHL regular season, WHL regular season coming up as well. And the Portland Winterhawks, you may have saw them. They changed their jersey color to more of a bluer color as they continue to remove themselves from the Chicago Blackhawks branding there as well. Might be another topic that we will explore there in a future podcast as well, because I think that is a very fascinating thing that's happening there as well. But that is, again, the news. As mentioned, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Networks. We thank you for watching and listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.